Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Toby Wilson again. In today's video, I've brought an important guest to share our experience as someone that came to the UK on a dependent visa and some other juicy questions that's going to really benefit you as an immigrant in the UK. Okay, hello, how are you? And good to see you.
Hi, hello, good evening.
Can you introduce yourself to us, please?
My name is Oluwatosin Awokoshe.
All right, Tosin, good to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Oh, I really want you to shed more light on coming to the UK on a dependent visa. What do you think about it? What's your take about the visa?
You see, the dependent visa is the best thing that can happen to you if you don't have a job. Like, if it's not that a company is sponsoring you to come and work in their country, could be UK, could be US, could be anywhere, being a dependent is one of the best routes that you can come through.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that means you are happy when I'm sure you are here with your husband.
Yeah.
And it sounds to me that you're so happy to come to the UK on that route.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I would say it's a very good one and I love it is because it has lots of advantages.
Really?
You have unlimited hours to work, quote and unquote. There's an official 40 hours and you can do more. You are not restricted to any type of work. You can do anything you want to do. So it's not like, the person that is studying, we have the 20-hour stuff, and then as a dependent, I can do part-time, I can do full-time, I can do work from home, I can do work from office, I can do work from work from market.
Can you also study on a dependent visa?
Well, I can do some trainings. If there's any certification I see that I like to do, I can do it. And if after some time I want to like earn another degree or do a further studies, after a period of about 3 years, I'll be able to pay the same fee for
the
home students, and it will not be like an international student.
Wow,
so because I've had a period of time living in that country.
Okay.
And apart from that, I have access to all of the health facilities. Like when I came, I was pregnant. And some people will say, oh, if you're pregnant, they will not allow you to travel. No, you will. You can. Once you have everything you need. So I enjoyed first-class health care.
Wow.
And it's one of the benefits.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. You really shared more light on that dependent visa. You've answered some questions that I even wanted to ask. That's fine. Thank you. And I have a question. And I have heard a lot of people say, oh, they don't want to come to the country. They don't want to come to the UK, maybe with their partner on a dependent visa because they've gotten, maybe they have a good job back home from their country. In your own case, I know you are working, you've got good life back from Nigeria. And so how does that route sound to you? How does that movement sound to you when you were told about it?
Like, yeah, I was working back home in Nigeria. I had my own business that I run. I am into events and things, and Nigeria, we love partying. So there are a lot of party things. But then you tend to want a change of environment is always good. Change is constant. I would not want to talk about the economic situation of the country where I came from.
Okay.
But then while growing up, you might have said, oh, I want to have this, I want to have that, I want to live here, I want to live there. And there's this particular thing. My husband didn't want to have his children in the country, in Nigeria, where I came from. Yeah, he was like, I don't want to give birth to children here. I want my children to be there. I want security for them. I got married in my late whatever. So I need like a security for these children.
Okay.
So And then it was an agreement. We agreed that, oh yes, this is what we want.
Okay.
We really love to move, to migrate from where we were to the King's Land.
Okay.
But then it was still the Queen's Land. So it was not something that
you were cajoled or forced.
No. It was a mutual agreement. And I can tell you, if you want to succeed in any country, be it whatever country, I don't want to be mentioning the major, like UK, Canada, Australia, even in Poland, in whatever country, you have to be in agreement with your partner.
Okay.
Because two good heads are better than one. Okay. So when you're coming, get married. It have a reason.
Anyway, we'll get to that. Don't be a marriage counselor right now. All right, thank you so much, Tosin. Thank you for really shedding light to that. At least you've made us know that you weren't cajoled. It was a mutual agreement. And you're happy staying in this country with your partner, with your husband. That's fine. Now, I want to talk about... there is a norm that, when you come to the UK, when you didn't study in the UK, you don't have the UK certification, you can't get a good job. And then, mostly the jobs you're going to get as a tier 2 visa, as a migrant or something, at least maybe for the first 2-3 years of you coming before you really settle down, is that you're going to get jobs, all these many jobs. I don't want to start mentioning, but many jobs, But in your own case, I know you're doing well. You work in a good company, and I'm like, can you please tell us, how did you get that job? What did you do? Did you do some training? Did you acquire any UK certification before you got that job? Can you just tell us about it?
Well, for those saying that you have to do some menial jobs, I would not rule it out. The reason is that when you get to a new environment, you have to do some settling in.
Right.
And for a country where you've never lived in, you were not born there, for you to know the ropes around that place, you might have to do some things that might be a little bit low to your level. But it is not a must. You can, but it's not like you are under compulsion. That
it's not the normal thing that everybody has to pass through.
No, but because most people do it, it is now assumed as the general rule of law. I wanted to fall into that group too, because when I came, I was about 6 months pregnant, so there is little I can do. So even though there is no discrimination, they can still employ you with your big belly, stuff. But then, for you to even understand the system, to know where to apply at that short period might not be very easy. So when I came, I still had to do a little bit of work for about a month or two. Do you get? Just to keep myself busy, which is not like a professional job, so to say. But then after a time, after giving birth, like 3 months thereabout, I was like, I need to go back to work. I can't leave my husband to keep working. And then I wanted to take up some hustle jobs. And someone said to me, my brother said to me, no, the things you studied, your knowledge, your intelligence, it's not for packing things in the store. It's not for changing diapers. For those that are doing that, it's not like we are belittling what you're doing. It's a great job you're doing. Caring for people is a very, very great job, and we love you for that. But it was like, you have more that you can achieve, that you can offer, that you can get for yourself, apart from doing the general, these are the things you can do. So that was what pushed me. I got two offers already. I was supposed to start the work like a week later. I had to decline it, that I can't do it. 2 different jobs, but it was not a professional job. But along the line, I got registered into a kind of temporary agency. Do you get that? Recruits for where I'm working now. So because you might need a UK experience, because sometimes in the job requirement, they will like, should have worked in this environment. For you to work in that environment, you might have to do some temporary work, like a bank job with the agency. So if okay,
let me cut it. When you say bank job, to some that might not understand, in the UK, bank job does not really mean, I'm not talking of those that work in the financial institution. Like when you say bank job, means like a kind of like a flexible shift
temporary
that allows you to like pick your shift, when and how you want to work, maybe morning, daytime, nighttime, like that.
So you have a temporary arrangement with them. So like maybe there is an organization that is short on staff and it's not yet time for them to recruit, and they need someone to work for like a 3 months. It's like an internship, kind of. I can call it an IT, whatever you want to call it, work placement. So they take you there, or go and cover up for this 3 months. They train you on what to do, and then after that, when the vacancy is out, you can easily apply to get into that organization. So there are some agencies like that you can, whatever you want to do, you can actually try to get into them. They give you some temporary jobs. Could be 6 months. Even some temporary job it could
last
be
like 2-3. They will tell you, oh, we can't tell you when it's going to stop.
Yeah, the one I'm doing, when they said we don't know when it will stop. We have the one that is 2 months. With this one doesn't have a duration. Might be 1 month, might be 6 months. I said, okay, I'll do it.
At least for the experience.
So, and they are going to pay you like almost the normal rates they are paying the permanent staff.
Wow.
So when you do that, and then the permanent post is opened, it is easy for you to update your CV and say, I've worked in this line, in this organization, and which will give you an edge to get into that place.
Good.
Yeah. Then apart from that, there are some other, for those people in the civil engineering stuff, there are some courses, short courses you can do to get your certification to work.
Yeah.
Do you get big? And that is because it is a technical thing. So it's, there are standards to follow in each country. So they want you to be aware of that standard. That's why you have to do maybe a certification, which is not so hard. But apart from that, the easiest way you can actually get into professional jobs is like internship, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, because you really shed the light that you don't need to have a UK training, UK certification before you can work in the office.
I have also certificates.
Yes, I know you're educated. What I mean is
it's not UK. It's also OOU certificates. White.
Please don't advertise your screen.
No. So I did not mention it. I said white, OOU white.
Okay. Wait. What I want to clarify is that for those that believe, you can't get a good job on a Tier 2 visa if you're a dependent, because you're not a British, because you weren't born here, because you haven't stayed for long, because you didn't attend the uni here, you can't get a good job. I'm like, no, she is a living example.
Yeah. And I'm here. I've not used up
you haven't spent up to a year. You got a good job without any certification, without even work experience on that field in the UK.
Well, you have to package your CV to meet the requirements that the UK wants.
But at least you can say on your CV that it wasn't UK certified.
No.
That's my point. That to some that maybe like back in their country, that's the line they are into IT or whatever, and they are being cajoled. Oh, you can't do those jobs here.
Sorry to cut you short. There's a friend of mine who just came towards the end of last year.
Okay.
She works in the customer care in Nigeria, and then when she came, less than a month, she got a job as a customer care representative.
Wow.
And she was pregnant, and they took her with her pregnancy. She was even having issues with her documentation. They waited for about over a month for her to get everything sorted. And they kept her job for her till she was ready to resume. So they kept the job for her like almost 2 months for her to sort all her documentation, because it was like 2 weeks after she came that she went for the interview. and she was recruited.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is to motivate someone that you can do anything at any time. Don't just limit yourself. Just take the bull by the horn. Just go for it. Just send the CV out. Go on many websites like Indeed, go on FlexiJob, go on Total Jobs, go on CV Library, post your CVs, and you never can tell. You might be the next candidate that is right for that job.
And another thing is that they should, when applying for a job, whatever you're searching for is what you get.
Yeah.
If you're searching for
mania or also whatever.
This type of job, they bring you this type of job. But when you're always searching for, say maybe a manager's type of job, they give you a manager's type of job. Yeah, similar roles.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. So I have this jump question. I call it jump because it's like a kind of question that I don't even be able to answer it. Yes, you can. I'm like, now I know you are on a dependent visa.
Yeah.
Do you intend moving back to Nigeria? Maybe when your husband is done with his schooling. Considering your position right now, do you intend moving back to Nigeria for him to like use the knowledge he's had already? Please allow me to finish. Do you think you intend or you will want to, even if it's suggested? Because you say that coming to the UK was a mutual agreement. Now, if you say, okay, dear, I'm done, and I think with the knowledge I've gained, I want to go back to Nigeria or to anywhere to like use my knowledge to develop that country, are you ready to do that?
They play. They play.
Is a question. Can you answer?
Well, the answer is that, we can't stop learning. Okay. So he cannot say he has finished learning. He has not finished learning.
What do you mean?
After he studies, he will still learn again. We are learning every day. So we must continue learning. Even like this, I'm still a learner.
Is that your answer to the question?
They play.
All right then, thank you. I think you understand what that means. I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, we will still go back
to review.
No, when we want to retire.
Okay.
There's no place like home. But sometimes it's good to look at the home from the home. This is our home now. Home is where love lives. Home is where life
that is deep.
Home is where you make money.
Okay.
Home is where you have peace of mind.
All right then. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Tosin. You brought vibe to this program this evening. I'm feeling it. All right, Tosin. So I have this question again. What advice can you give to Tier 4 visa dependent visa group? And those still looking forward to getting a good job in this country? What advice? Because I know at the moment it's so difficult working on the 20-hour visa as a Tier 4 student and getting a good job as a dependent visa, as a dependent person to support the family. So what advice would you give to anybody still looking for a job, trying to get a better job to better their lives? And
to your question and advice for dependents, I will tell you to keep calm. Like, don't rush. When you rush it, you get rushing job. But when you take your time to sit and determine on what to do.
What you want.
Someone said to me, looking for a job is a job on its own. Like, you have to dedicate time to really look for a job. And for me, I have the CV for customer care. I have CV for accountant. I have CV for admin. So when you are applying for a customer care job, don't go and send the CV that is towards admin. Send your CV, package your CV towards the role you are applying for. Don't just say, oh, because you have to pay house rent. You have to pay this bill. Everybody pays bills everywhere. People say, oh, bills, tax. I say, no. It's not as bad as that. Once you're working and you're seeing the things you're paying your tax for, I don't think it's a big deal. So do not rush because you just want to earn. They said in this country, some people are earning £1,000 per day.
Yeah.
Some people are earning £500 per day.
Mm-hmm.
While some people are earning £50 per day. All of us have just one head. But the way, the direction we push ourselves to will determine whatever we get.
Yeah.
So as a dependent, and you sure you know what you are doing, like, do you get? If you know what you are sure of what you're doing, let's assume I'm a business development person from Nigeria or whatever country, Ghana, Zimbabwe, wherever you're watching from, Poland. I know because so many people watch your channel. Thumbs up to her for a very good job she's doing.
Thank you.
You know, wherever you're coming from, you know your worth. Do not go below your worth. Even if you had to just do some jobs when you call or when you just arrive, do not be satisfied with earning minimum wage. It is minimum. It is not the maximum.
Exactly.
Even me, I'm still on minimum wage. I'm not yet on average. I'm on minimum. But there is always, okay, so this picture here, there is room for, the horizon is wide enough for everybody to key into whatever they want to do. Do not rush it. And keep going. Keep advancing. If you're on a job, and you see that, oh, for the next level, I have to have a certificate. Try and invest in that certificate. And this applies in every country, even if you are in Nigeria, even if you are in Ghana, even if you are in
any country of the world.
In US, if you are in Afghanistan, if you are in Dubai, if you are wherever, the more you learn, the more certifications you have, the more you can apply for.
Get robust and
bigger
attract
roles.
Good employers.
And here they don't use long CV. If you are a master's or degree holder, just one page is okay. Don't tell us story.
Okay.
So all those things would let your employer know that, this person knows what he's doing. Okay. But if you go and take 5-page CV for a degree job, where?
All right, Tosin, thank you so much. I think you've heard it all from her. I don't even need to say another thing. And with this point tonight, I think you are made already if you really know what you're doing. All right, now let's bring it back home. I know you are a vibe, an entertainer. You are MC.
Yeah.
So can you tell me? I know what you do back home. You know, and I've seen your profile. You know, your portfolio. And do you intend setting up your business? Or just tell me in 1 minute about your profession.
Okay, so
your business.
As I said earlier at the beginning of the video, I'm an event person. I'm an Alagaijoko.
What's Alagaijoko?
Yeah, in Nigeria, when we are conducting a traditional marriages, there is a spokesperson. So it's like a spokesperson for the groom's family and for the bride's family. Right. And I also MC your weddings, launchings. Yeah, even in the UK, I've had 1 or 2 gigs that I've done, and you know, I'm still nursing
in the country.
and new in the country, so I'm still trying to get more contacts. I have contacts of jobs that I'm still going to do. Do you get? And it's one of the very good things that you should have.
I have a side also.
I have a colleague at work that on weekends she makes hair for our customers, and the list here at least you will get about £100 on a Friday.
Wow.
Or on a Saturday. Yeah, because the work is Monday to Friday. So you can have a side hustle. It doesn't stop it. So if you're in the UK and you're looking for Alagaijoko, or your MC,
she's doing the talk.
Kindly
so let me allow her.
Tell her to tell me.
Okay.
I don't want to put my phone number there.
No, you don't need to. If they need your contact, they're gonna reach out to me.
So that's what I do basically.
MC, spokesman, spoke lady for events, for
anything
wedding,
that involves
talking. Okay.
Anything that involves talk, but it's only that I don't know how to talk in the court of law.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for saying. Such a pleasure having you on this channel. I really, really appreciate your your contribution to this program this night, and you really shed light on from your own experience, from your own
Yeah.
perspective, about living in the country as on a dependent visa, how you can support your partner, your husband, or whoever you have come with, on a different route, and how you can get a good job as an immigrant. You don't need to be in the UK for ages before you can get a good job. You don't need to start with UK qualification, whatever. It's just the right skill, the right attitude as well.
And sorry, I just want to add that whatever you're doing, if you choose to do the menial jobs, it will not add to your CV. And by the time you're like, oh, I'm tired of these jobs, I want to focus on what I learned, what I studied in school, or what you have been doing. At interviews, they will ask you, so what have you been doing the last 6 months? And you say, oh, I've been washing cars. And you're applying for a managerial role. They might...
Yeah, so the skill is not transferable.
Do you get? So when you want to start working, when you want to start working, try and see the good ones you will do that will boost your CV. Do you get? So that's just an advice, by the way.
All right, I think that will be all for tonight. So thank you so much for joining in. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Tobi Oba Wilson. Like and share my page. Comment in the comment section. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers and bye.
Bye.